All right, what's going on, you guys? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Crypto Convo, series where we cover exciting news and price action in the land of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. You guys, we've kicked off the month of May with some very exciting price action. We're seeing parabolic rallies in multiple assets across the board, most notably Ethereum. And as much as I love to see this, with these parabolic rallies does come an increased risk of more significant pullbacks. And although I'm a long-term bull, I will always be a long-term bull, you guys, especially on Ethereum. Bought Ethereum years ago at 30 bucks. I love this project, but even when the fundamentals seem strong, and trust me, the fundamentals are strong. I know you guys know that. You still have to do your best to read the tape and stay rational, especially in a market as emotional and a hype and FOMO driven as the crypto market is right now, okay? So red or green, always excited to talk price action and price targets with you guys. And we also have a few short articles to go over as well. So let's get into it. As always, we'll quickly go over each topic we're going to be discussing, and then we'll dive into each one individually. In front of us, as always, Trading View, where we will talk technicals, price action, and price targets on the following names today in this order, going down the watch list for once, kicking it off with Ethereum, just because Ether crossed $3,000 over the past couple of days. Just yesterday, it seems like it was a while back now, but Ether, after it crossed 3K, after it broke this barrier right here, which we will talk about, went absolutely parabolic, pulling back now. The Trading View charts did recycle about an hour and a half ago now, so we're seeing a little carnage. This just speaks to the current volatility in the crypto markets. But if you guys are looking at the chart, that is a parabolic move up, and I'll let you guys know what I think the scenarios are that could play out next over the short to medium term, so over the next week or so. All right, so Ether, move on to the king of the crypto markets that unfortunately has been lagging and does look a little bearish right now. You guys will understand why I'm saying that once we actually dive into the charts. So Bitcoin, move on to probably the most promising altcoin, in my opinion, at least right now, from a technical perspective and fundamental perspective, in all honesty. ChainLink. We will then go on to talk the hype coins. XRP, I know I haven't talked about XRP in a while. Made many videos about XRP way back in the day. Was a big fan. Right now, not so much, but XRP has absolutely been ripping. Congrats to you guys if you have held a bag of XRP over the past couple of months, because you're doing real well. So XRP, I'll let you guys know what I'm seeing on the charts there. Have to talk Doge. I cannot make a crypto-related video in this market. Unless we're talking stocks, I'm not going to talk Doge, but cannot make a crypto-related video in this market without talking good old Doge. So Dogecoin absolutely ripping. You're seeing some crazy, talk about parabolic price action. That is the epitome of FOMO and hype and parabolas. So Doge, and then we'll close it out with probably what I feel is one of the safest plays in the crypto market right now. As far as asymmetrical risk profile goes, so that means the upside potential outweighs the downside risk. I think EOS, I love the project of EOS that EOS is, and Block 1 and Voice and whatnot. So we'll close it out with EOS also looking pretty promising on the charts, at least in my eyes. Okay, so remember, you guys, all just my opinion. I could be completely wrong on this, but I'm just doing my best with the data I have available to let you guys know what I think might play out. Okay, so we'll talk technicals, the two articles that we have to cover. First one. This is a fun one. This is not technical at all, but if you guys aren't familiar with the man himself who created Ethereum, this guy is a genius. This guy might be like, if anyone thinks Elon Musk is an alien, this guy is giving Elon a strong run for his money, okay? So Ethereum's 27-year-old creator is now the world's youngest crypto billionaire. Good old Vitalik Buterin. I've been following this guy for a long time, been a big fan of his work. Obviously, as soon as I started picking up Ether a few years back, I started educating myself on Vitalik. And this guy is an absolute genius. If you guys haven't watched interviews and stuff with this guy yet, I highly recommend you do so. There's a few great ones out there. There's a few very notable, very well-produced ones out there as well. So go do some digging, go do some research on this man, especially if you're invested in Ether, because he's a creator and he's just a little older than me, which is insane to say. Okay, so we'll go over this again, just a few points here. This is more of just a fun one, and then we will talk about this one. Both of these short, both of these kind of just summing up my thoughts to preface the technical analysis. This video is definitely going to be far more technical weighted than news weighted, because we do just have a couple paragraphs here. Okay, so second one, Ether hits $3,000. Currently sitting at just about 33, 34 as Bitcoin's crypto dominance declines. So again, you guys, over the past couple of months, if you guys have been following the channel or just the crypto markets at all, you would know that Bitcoin has pretty much been going sideways while most of the crypto markets, so altcoins, have pretty much been going up and seeing a lot of appreciation in price. Okay, so I do think that trend will continue. It shows that investors are very tech weighted right now. But again, how long will this last? I'm getting so many people hitting me up right now about ETH. I'm seeing people who have no business in the space posting about ETH and stuff. And from my perspective, and keep in mind, you guys, I've accumulated the majority of my net worth playing multiple bubbles over the past few years. And this is kind of what it feels like when bubbles are starting to reach very, very peaky, very, very thin-walled times, okay? So we will talk about this just to kind of preface my thoughts around, from a fundamental perspective, around the crypto ecosystem, the crypto markets, in terms of Bitcoin dominance versus altcoin dominance. So we'll go over this. We'll kick it off with Ethereum on the charts. We'll then read over this. We'll do Bitcoin on the charts. We'll go over this guy right here, and then we'll just close it out with all the rest of the charts here. So Link, XRP, Doge, EOS, we'll just go down the line there on the charts and talk solely technicals, all right? Before we do dive in, I will ask you guys, as always, to please give the video a like if you do go on to gain value from it today, or if you are trading or invested in any of the names we're going to be talking about today. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, want to catch more content like this. As you guys know, we don't just cover cryptos. This is kind of maybe a once, maybe twice a week type of video. We usually cover stocks here, and considering maybe we do see a little pullback in the crypto markets now, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but if we do, you have to adapt to the times, and there's a few other sectors that I'm eyeballing right now as well. So we'll probably start posting some videos about those. And of course, kind of segue into that, if you do want to know exactly what I'm trading, when I'm trading, why I'm trading it, check out my complete portfolio daily newsletter. First link down in the description. If you want a complete breakdown of my entire portfolio that I do update every single trading day during market hours, and call options, put options, stock positions, cryptocurrency positions, of course. Crypto portfolio is on fire, and with every update, I also send out a pretty comprehensive email newsletter explaining my thoughts. So rationalizing my trades to you guys, explaining to you guys why I'm doing what I'm doing, and throwing you guys some charts, real-time price targets in there as well, once again during market hours. Okay, so appreciate it if you check that out. $15 a month. First link down in the description. I got the Discord down there as well if you are interested in really diving into the Waves family. But if not, as always, no worries. I appreciate you giving me your attention right now. So let's dive into these charts again. We'll go ETH article, Bitcoin article, dive into the charts. So Ether, again, seeing a parabolic rally after we broke into the second phase of this massive channel. So Ether, I'll just zoom out here. Since December, since we've kicked off this rally months ago, almost half a year ago now. It's crazy to see how fast time is flying, you guys. Over the course of the past half a year, Ether was in his beautiful ascending channel, textbook ascending channel, broke down, created this second layer of this massive megaphone ascending channel. So top layer, bottom layer, one big megaphone ascending channel. So megaphone, obviously, because it's going like that. Okay, so we have broken in. This is exactly what I was expecting. We spent a lot of time around here, very evident resistance at the Scion line. Once we broke above it, we were off to the races. Saw a little pop up, pull down to test previous resistance as new support, TA 101 right here. But now, considering we're talking short term, I do want to let you guys know what's going to happen. So I do see two scenarios playing out. This scenario is pretty likely just because every trader on the planet right now, and trust me, there are a lot of people trading Ethereum right now, I'm sure you guys all know that, is eyeballing this trend line right here. But in this market, traders are getting very smart, so you do have to play the game theoretical side of this market as well, okay? Kind of like Doge. Doge to $1. It's probably not going to get to $1 because smart money is going to be selling at 85 to 90 cents, and the smarter money is going to be selling at like 75 cents. Okay, so just keep that in mind, you guys. That's how this market operates. Everyone's looking at these trend lines because everyone can. You have to play the psychological game here. Okay, so maybe we don't hit this, maybe we do. Again, technicals are very strong right now. The weight of technicals do have a strong hold on this market right now in price action, but again, traders do as well, and traders are getting smarter and smarter. So if I was betting man, considering the 4-hour Stokes are crossing down, those could easily curl back up like what happened right here, just go sideways and then rip up again. I think it's pretty likely that ultimately, I will just say right here, by May 9th, on May 9th, we will come back down to at least 2950. This would be, it's probably going to happen a lot faster than this, in all honesty, you guys. What is a likely scenario, in my opinion? We come up, we do test this trend line over the next few days, maybe May 5th. Over the next 2 days, we'll come up and test this around $3660, $3,700-ish, and then come down really quick to test the initial high of this rally, because that's very TA 101. Unless we come back down here, this would make sense as well, but then we would also break down into that channel. The reason I say this is because if we do hit this target on May 9th, which does give me the inclination that we may in the very, very short term over the next day or two come up to actually test about $3,700, is because this market moves fast, you guys, and it's very unlikely that we'll just go sideways and then slowly slope down. So again, stay on your toes, guys. Things are happening fast. These are just the two scenarios I see playing out. But if we do break below this, and this principle applies for all the charts we're going to look at today, you guys, make sure you go into TradingView for yourself. Draw these trend lines. It's extremely easy to do. If I can do it, you can for sure do it. So go into TradingView for yourself. Draw these lines, especially if you're trading them. As you guys know, I don't really day trade these stocks. I do swing them. I do plan on taking a little bit of profits here and there. Shout out Discord, shout out newsletter, you guys. But again, always do this for yourself, you guys. And keep an eye on them, especially if you're playing these markets, okay? So this is just what I'm thinking. Of course, over the next few days, I will keep you guys posted on what I'm thinking about the markets. But right now, it's kind of in the air. I'm leaning a little more bearish, especially because Bitcoin is looking bearish right now, okay? Bitcoin, Bitcoin's like falling off a cliff right now. So Bitcoin is looking very, very bearish, and I will get to this chart after we cover this article, okay? So again, just a fun one, just give you guys a little background on the man behind the asset that is going absolutely parabolic and has the world at their fingertips right now. So Vitalik Buterin, who spearheaded the launch of Ethereum blockchain in 2015, has become the world's youngest crypto billionaire at age 27. Ethereum's cryptocurrency Ether surged past $3,000 for the first time early Monday morning, marking a 325% rise since the beginning of the year. Buterin's Ether address, which he disclosed in October of 2018 as his main Ether wallet, currently holds 333,520 ETH, worth $1.09 billion at the Ether price of $3,300 at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday. The Ether cryptocurrency has a market cap of $376 billion, second only to Bitcoin's $1.8 trillion. Ether's value has surged since the beginning of the year, largely due to the rising popularity of decentralized finance applications that are aiming to replace traditional finance intermediaries like banks and insurance companies. According to the data aggregator DeFi Pulse, over $72 billion is now locked in DeFi protocols, many of which are built upon the Ethereum blockchain. So again, for the exact reason I'm bullish on ChainLink, for the reason that I've been bullish on Ether for years now, is because Ether is digital oil. Ether is the base layer for everything that's about to be created in DeFi, NFTs, everything, all the technological aspects of blockchain technology are likely going to be built on Ether because Ether has that first mover advantage, okay? And that's why first mover in this scenario is so ridiculously important. Other players have tried to do the same thing. Ether has that grasp. I don't think any other platform will ever have the market share of Ether in the blockchain technology DeFi space. And that's what makes Ether long-term an extremely, extremely valuable asset to hold on to for a long time, okay? At least in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Remember, you guys, not financial advice or anything. But again, Ether looking great. Congrats to Ethereum, Vitalik, the first, and not the first, the youngest crypto billionaire in the world, okay? So, and keep in mind, you guys, that's just his Ether holdings. He probably has a solid chunk of change on the sidelines in like USD, okay? So Bitcoin, again, off the topic of Bitcoin, or off the topic of Ether, Bitcoin not looking good right now. So Bitcoin was in this beautiful ascending channel. I did think it was going to play out this head and shoulders, as you can see right here. Inverse head and shoulders, I'm sorry. So inverse, right shoulder, head, left shoulder, because it's inverted. I did think it was going to play out. This would intersect beautifully with this very, very strong trend line. Multiple trend lines would have intersected on May 5th, giving me if you guys are like, oh, why was he bullish yesterday? It just went down. I had multiple reasons, literally multiple trend lines pointing to the fact that we'd probably see a 62.5 Bitcoin. But that's the market sometimes, you guys. The market throws curveballs. You got to adapt. You adapt or get slapped. My cheek is pretty calloused at this point, so it really doesn't hurt at this point. But again, you just have to adapt to the times, okay? Or at least do your best to do so. Okay, so damn it. We're talking about so much about Ethereum. I can't stop saying that. So Bitcoin, the king, Bitcoin has broken support on the short-term uptrend, this short-term rising wedge. It did also just set a lower low as I started recording this video, as I kept messing up on the intros. Bitcoin did break this low. I did have hope that we might just be setting a higher low on the short-term uptrend, but volume is declining, you guys. Overall sentiment, because there's so much hype around altcoins, capital is flowing from altcoins into Bitcoin, which we'll kind of talk about in this right here. But we did just set a lower low, and in my opinion, I mean, I guess you could say this is a high, maybe a low here. This is a high, maybe this is a low, little fake out, little bear trap. And Bitcoin has been infamous, notorious for the bear and bull traps over the past few months. So be careful, you guys. I'm not completely discounting the fact that we could just flip the script and go up in the short term, but from a technical perspective, again, just reading the tape, reading the charts, keeping it strictly analytical, trying not to be emotional here. It looks like Bitcoin wants to pull down. So if we do fall below, I will just say I don't know why that was there. If we do fall below this, because again, maybe this is the trap, maybe this is the bull trap, or the bear trap, I'm sorry. If we do fall below like 52.5, I'm very, very confident that this line of support will ultimately come into play. This would take us to about 50K on the dot. So 50K is still a psychological barrier. I am talking short term in this video. So over the course of the week, maybe I will do a longer term. I'll talk to you guys about my ultimate downside price target for Bitcoin. Yeah, we did just cover this in the Discord group. So I don't want to spend too long on just talking about these, but definitely by the end of this week, you guys, I will make a video giving you guys kind of like longer price targets on where I think Bitcoin and ETH will be maybe about the summer, okay? So maybe that's what I'll title it, okay? Let me know down below what you guys want me to, kind of how I should title that video. I do like input from you guys, of course. So Bitcoin short term, I do think it's very, very likely, in all honesty, that we come down to test this line of support again. If we break below this, which in all, just looking at this chart, just kind of feeling it, we've tested to the upside so many times, I do think more downside is in the cards. Again, very, very long-term bull. We've just rallied so hard, and the higher you climb, the harder you fall. That is a principle that applies to all things in life, okay? Trust me, I've just lived it. Okay, so again, 50K right here. I do think short-term 50K is in all honesty in the cards. Maybe we're not going to fall straight. Nothing goes straight up or straight down, except for Ethereum going straight up. But I do think that a greater pullback is in the cards. And again, over the course of this week, we will tackle those. So let's go into this and then kind of preface all the altcoins we're about to look at with this article. So Bitcoin share of crypto market is now under 50%. Ether hit record Monday amid gains in other cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin's dominance of total cryptocurrency market value is declining at its next biggest viral Ether as its next biggest rival Ether reaches $3,000 milestone. The rise of Ether suggests there's more room for growth than one winner among digital tokens as the sector evolves. Bitcoin now accounts for about 46% of the total market value. That's crazy because it just down from roughly 70% at the start of the year exactly. And Ether makes up 15% according to tracker CoinGecko. Bitcoin remains the largest cryptocurrency, but the momentum in other tokens is drawing increasing interest. Proponents argue that investors are getting more comfortable with a variety of tokens, while critics contend the sector may be in a grip of a stimulus-fueled mania. So I lean more towards the stimulus-fueled mania side, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the catalyst behind the rally is. It matters that we're rallying. But again, you guys, taking all things into account, the dollar, we'll probably look at the dollar over the course of the next few videos. I'm getting increasingly bullish on plays like gold and silver. That sounds weird, considering we're talking about crypto, pretty much the absolute disruptor of gold and silver, primarily Bitcoin, because it's a scarce asset. It's a safe haven asset. It's an inflation hedge. So dollar, it's going to be interesting to see what the dollar does. Again, I will cover gold and silver at some point this week as well. And again, the dollar ultimately impacts the price direction, especially of this sector. So keep that in mind, you guys. There's so many macro factors at play that lead me to believe that. And again, this isn't news to anyone that we will see a greater correction at some point in the at least mid to somewhat long-term future. By the end of 2021, we're for sure going to see a significant correction. When that is it's a fool's errand to try to call exactly when that's going to happen. But again, you guys, just from playing so many bubbles over the past few years and pretty much thriving in bubbles. That's where I thrive, is bubbles. This feels it feels toppy, okay? So that is Bitcoin. Let's just bang out the rest of these charts. You guys talk Link and stuff. Okay, so ChainLink, again, is looking... we'll zoom out here, and I want to show you guys kind of my thought process on Link. So Link has been doing very good. It's outperformed many assets. Again, first video I ever made on this channel over a year ago now was in regard to ChainLink. So if you guys want to hear me sound like I still do, like a blistering fool, like stumbling all over his words, go check out that first video. It's pretty funny. But ChainLink's come such a long way. I think it was around like a buck or two when we started talking about it. But ChainLink performing extremely well over the course of the past year. So that's an important thing to keep in mind. But from a technical perspective, ChainLink is currently in the same very, very similar megaphone pattern to Ethereum. So again, was in this textbook ascending channel, looks so much like, almost exactly like Ethereum. Broke below, created this lower level ascending channel, creating one large megaphone channel. So in all honesty, at the very least, maybe Ethereum corrects, maybe some capital starts to flow out of Bitcoin, which is, again, largest by market cap. That's more capital that will flow into other sectors of the market. A lot of time, I just said this in the newsletter this morning, you guys, it's important to keep in mind that especially with crypto, because so many people are learning about the value, the fundamental values of crypto and what blockchain technology provides in the next version, the next iteration, the financial system 2.0. They want to keep their money in crypto, and it's way easier. It's much easier to transfer, even if you do USDC or Tether or something. It's much easier to transfer your crypto positions to other cryptocurrencies. So that's why, especially in cryptocurrencies, it's especially relevant in the crypto space. If one project isn't looking as promising, that will likely flow into another more promising project. Okay, so ChainLink, in my eyes, is probably the most promising crypto from a technical perspective. Again, in this massive channel, just bounced off absolute support on April 25th. Since then, has been ripping up nicely. And in all honesty, I do think ChainLink will probably at some point come up to at least test this line that was once support of this very, very strong initial channel, used once again as resistance. Again, it proved it right here. I do think that this trend line will come into play at least one more time if we hit this mid-May, May 15th, if we go absolutely parabolic. That would take us to a $60 chain link, okay? So this is very bullish. This is what Ether, in kind of the same vein, is on its way to testing right here, is this very top one. But at the very least, I do think ChainLink can come up to test this channel. Again, it's all dependent on when these targets on these trend lines are hit. So again, go into your trading views if you are trading these and draw these targets, draw these trend lines for yourself, and keep an eye on them. What the heck happened there? Okay, so $60, May 15th. I can't, again, you guys, I'm not guaranteeing anything, but we'll see if that happens. It'd be fun if it does, because I hold a bag of ChainLink. Always know, you guys, my money's on what my mouth. My money is where my mouth is. Okay, so XRP, so XRP is, my money is definitely on the fact that we're almost for sure coming down here. So XRP in a very, very like textbook wedge, symmetrical wedge, beautiful wedge, like pennant formation. And then on the short term, like you guys know exactly what this is. That's why I drew the red lines there to show a very, very obvious, very, very like direct wedge. Okay, so short term though, I'm sure you guys are seeing what I'm seeing as well, hence this purple line. Left shoulder, head. I think this is a textbook head and shoulders pattern. This is going to play out exactly as a head and shoulders pattern. Maybe it's a higher low. I doubt it, because I don't think XRP is going to break through this, in all honesty. Just because XRP is so hype fueled, the XRP army is so strong. Nothing against you guys if you hold XRP. I was a big fan of XRP for a long time before all the shadiness that happened a few months back. I dumped my entire position, but so I guess I am negative. I do have a negative bias on this, but this looks like we're just going to play out a head and shoulders and ultimately test the bottom side of this. That would almost play out perfectly to right here, May 7th. I think we'll come sideways for a little bit, then just dump straight down like we rallied straight up here. Complete this head and shoulders pattern. Maybe a lot of the time, symmetrical wedge patterns do resolve themselves in the direction of the overall long-term trend. XRP is undoubtedly in a long-term uptrend. So maybe by mid-May, we do see a breakout, but considering the rest of the market does look a little dicey. Again, you guys, technical patterns are meant to skew the odds in your favor. Nothing's guaranteed. Although this, like even a bear flag, or a bull flag, I'm sorry, which is the most traditionally bullish pattern that I've ever observed, sometimes doesn't play out. And again, it's just about weighing your odds. If you can get a 70% hit rate, if the odds are 70% on your side, in my opinion, that's a bet worth taking. So again, you guys, it's all about just skewing the odds in your favor and hoping it plays out. But a lot of times it doesn't. So it does. It's a very dependent. XRP's price action, when it does come to resolve this wedge pattern in mid-May, in a week or so, is very dependent on the overall status of the greater crypto markets. Okay, so that's XRP. Let's cover Doge real quick. So Doge, I'm just going to sum this up right now. You guys know that I'm not a bull on Doge. I don't like Doge that much. I love what it's about. I love their everyday Joe is making a bag right now. Again, if you guys hold Doge, all the love to you. Hold on to that Doge. If it were me, I would definitely consider selling right now, because we are seeing kind of a double top play out right now. A precise double top. You guys know what double tops are. Double tops, double bottoms usually mean that the direction is going to head the opposite way of whatever top or bottom. So double top, it's probably going down. Double bottom, you're probably going up. So be cautious here, you guys. Again, there's a lot of buy the hype, sell the news. If you were to Doge should just be called FOMO coin, because if you were to boil down FOMO on a chart, this is exactly what it looks like. Okay, so again, two waves. Maybe we see a second wave. First wave up, pop, capitulation. If this is the next wave, maybe we do continue to rip. Maybe we do set all-time highs. Again, maybe Doge gets to like 60 or 70 cents once the smart money starts to sell around like 70 cents. But ultimately, I do think maybe we do rip up. Maybe we do see a huge parabolic rally and rip up once again 60, 70, maybe 80 cents. Ultimately, though, I do think it's very, very likely that Doge comes down to test the initial high of this rally at like 14 cents. So, again, you guys, if you're holding Doge, more power to you. Doge army is strong, and I love that little Shih Tzu. Or what dog is that? It's not a Shih Tzu. It's not Nikita. It's like shit. Oh my god. It's at the tip of my tongue. I'm sorry, you guys. Drop whatever dog that, whatever Japanese dog that is down in the comments below. So shout out to the Jap. I mean, I'm a Japanese dog myself, so I should know that, but I don't. Okay, so close it out with EOS again. Another very promising. I mean, not very promising, but this looks like a clean chart to me. So, I mean, it's pretty much the same thing here, you guys. I haven't drawn it here, but I mean, this trend line is definitely in play right here. So. I mean, is that trend? I would say this trend line is in play right here. So I am going to keep an eye on this. So as far as, again, asymmetrical risk profile goes, I'm going to make this a little thicker, actually. Make it a little more visible. So as far as asymmetrical risk, God damn it. As far as asymmetrical risk profile goes, once again, you guys, where the upside potential outweighs the downside risk, I think EOS looks very good right now. So EOS, even though it came down, even on just this 4-hour candle, it came down pretty significantly. It's on its way to test a pretty strong line of both support and resistance. You can see, again, touch points here, touch point here, almost here, right here. It acted as a very strong floor. So as far as downside potential goes, I don't think EOS will fall much further than like $6. We're currently 6.5, so that's not a correct. That's like less than a 10% correction from here. But upside potential, I do think EOS. It's very likely that if we do see another rip up, again, EOS. Block One, the company behind the EOS token, owns voice.com, which is a very, very promising social media platform, the first decentralized social media platform at scale. Hit me up on there if you happen to be on there. I doubt it, but I got @Royce. I was part of the beta. So shout out EOS. I have no affiliation with them. I've just been a fan of the project for a really long time. But again, upside potential is very, very obvious. I'll just draw an arrow right here. It's not really necessary because you guys can see the price target, but just make it pretty for you guys. Arrow, make it green because it's going up, hopefully. So again, maybe we come down, test this line of support. If we break below that, then maybe we will. If the whole cryptocurrency market corrects, then maybe we come down to like $5 to test the overall line of support. But it's looking pretty good right now if we do continue to rip, because again, that is that's a very real scenario. We've seen it before. It's not unlikely at all that we do see it happen again and see altcoins specifically continue to rip. Maybe not Bitcoin again. Maybe capital flows from Bitcoin into altcoins, which would just catalyze even a way gnarlier rally if Bitcoin does correct significantly. But upside price target for EOS is significantly greater than the downside price target. So upside price target for EOS, let's do May 17th because that takes us to just about $10, is going to be $10 about 2 weeks from now. Let's hope we see it. Again, you could almost use these guys as touch points, so it would be a little higher, around like $10.50, $11. But again, from an asymmetrical risk profile, I just wanted to share this with you guys quickly because it looks good to me, and I do also hold the bag of EOS. Okay, so we'll call it there, you guys. Please let me know down below, and keep in mind, you guys, I know there's a lot of great projects out there. I don't really mess with the lending, with the DeFi stuff, Uniswap, whatever. But again, if you do, more power to you. I have nothing against those projects. I'm just sticking to what I know, and I do trade so many stocks too, so I just cannot keep track of all those other projects and stuff. I keep an eye on them from a distance, but I cannot like keep an eye on their charts and stuff. Okay, so please let me know down below what your favorite coin in the entire market is right now, what you have the biggest bag of, what you're the most bullish on, what you think will provide the most returns, because always love learning from you guys, always love talking shop, and always getting your guys' input. Okay, so I'll catch you guys downstairs in the comments. Please leave a like, leave a 100 emoji in the comments if you made it all the way through. And again, I truly appreciate you guys' attention and you watching. So I'll catch you guys next time, and again, I'll catch you downstairs in the comments, talk shop. Till next time, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.